I don't know how I feel about it.
I just think I think that she will look out only based off the fact because to me, she don't seem like the person that just that wants to be seen like that. Like when Kobe was alive and when he was doing his thing, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I didn't hear a lot about Vanessa at all. Like I didn't hear much about her until after he passed. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, like in the way where her name being brought up and shit. I didn't hear about her like that. I just know that she was there for the games. The kids was there. She was just, playing her role, doing what she was supposed to do, and that was it. She didn't seem like somebody that just wanted to be out there in the public eye like that. Even after Kobe died, like she turned her shit to private. Most that want the sympathy and want the extra shit from people, they ain't gonna turn their Instagrams and they shit to private and shit. 3 G's, 3 G's, 3 G's, we the 3 G's, 3 G's, 3 G's. Dr. Umar on the Joe Budden podcast. So a lot of people had some things to say about Dr. Umar on the podcast, but I think in situations like that, when you have somebody that's good at talking, not that Dr. Umar isn't right about some things and he doesn't speak facts about certain things. It's just that when you're not prepared to go up against somebody who's a good talker, it's always going to make you look dumb or look like you don't know what you're talking about. So in that situation, when he was on the Joe Budden podcast talking to Ish about everything, interracial relationships, whatever, Ish just wasn't prepared, to come back with whatever he had to say. But it's not like Umar was wrong with what he said either.
You can never defend interracial relationships.
Never.
It's undefendable.
Indefendable.
I don't know how you say that. It can't be defended, motherfucker.
Right.
Well, like you can't. So
especially when niggas bring up black wealth and like and generational wealth, you really you have no argument there at all. Indefensible. Thank you, Binky, our executive producer.
Thank you. Yeah, she always this motherfucker got Google. She stay on Google and shit. No, she got to with us. She just gave us all the facts about the robot too, by the way.
Oh, hell yeah.
We're gonna hit that real quick before we leave out, but we'll finish talking about Umar. You can't win that argument because it's valid. It's too valid of an argument of how black wealth is cut off shortly after the first generation simply because who the children end up in relationships with or their knowledge of what to do with the money, things of that nature.
Yeah.
Whites, especially historically, forced their families into leaving money into their own. Yeah. And dating their own. And it wasn't just white. Irish wanted you to marry a good Irish girl. Italians wanted you to marry a good Italian girl. A Korean wanted you to marry a good Korean girl.
Yeah. So
it wasn't just white, Asian, white, black, like that, whatever. This is something that Black Americans never practiced. You know what I'm saying? Is intentionally trying to have generational wealth in that way.
It really sparked once, segregation became illegal. And that's something that a lot of people don't really address because of the fact that in our history books and with history period, segregation was a win for black people. But then you start realizing what happened since then. And you start realizing that, damn, we should have segregated ourselves. Like, fuck what they talking about. We should have been really about ourselves.
Well, that was what was happening when there was no other option. And then as soon as there was the option, niggas ran to integrate. But Victor said Umar got 2 baby mamas with no wife. That's a non-factor because his children are with black women.
Yeah.
I'm mixed. Shout out to whoever was talking about how mixed up I am. I'm mixed. But my children look blacker than me. Because I had my kids with black women.
Hold on, give me 1 second.
All right. I'm not even with a black woman right now. But I had my children with black women. So if I never was with a mama again, but yet I leave property or I leave bread or I leave life insurance to my black children. If they marry black, then we still got a somewhat of a legacy building within the black community. Okay. Now I'm not making excuses for myself. I'm just saying who you have kids with is probably more important than who you marry. Because I always say if you're going to be with somebody who's non-black, but you want to have kids, it might be in your best interest for the race to have kids with a black woman. I ain't saying have kids with her then leave her. I'm just saying if the shit don't work out, I would rather have my baby mamas be black than white. You know what I'm saying? Even if I ain't with them no more. Now, I don't know if you heard what I said, but what do you think about this, GMS? I said I'd rather have my baby mamas be black than white. Not to just produce kids with women and leave them. That wasn't the intention. But if I'm not going to end up with them and I'm sitting there looking at my grown kids, I would prefer them to be predominantly black because that's the culture that I feel I'm belong to. That's how I was bred and raised. And that's, you know, the legacy that I want to further and support. Okay. Is the black community.
Yeah.
So therefore, I'm glad that my money get left to black children.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
Now, is my children black if they're mixed? I still believe so.
Yeah.
But in the 60s, you goddamn right they was considered black. Regardless,
they didn't do none of that 3/4 of human shit.
Nigga, I don't give a fuck if you was Mariah Carey. Get your nigga ass over there, bitch.
Right.
Go in the back, bitch. You know, don't walk in the front, bitch. So, but if let's say I have some really light-skinned kids and then they end up getting with a white girl. Oh shit. then let's say that my grandbaby get with a white girl. Oh shit.
Oh damn.
You're gonna be 2 generations out from having some white goddamn kids in your fucking generations. You know what I'm saying? And don't just expect your black genes to just show itself 5 generations away.
You contributing to wiping out your family tree.
Yeah, it's gonna lighten up real fucking quick. I don't even give a fuck. Now, true, it only take one good black seed to turn that shit around, but you don't know how that's gonna go. So,
that's for real though.
So let's bring up the Vanessa Kobe shit, because Kobe Bryant wife Vanessa. I mean, Umar believes that was a bad thing, leaving all that wealth to a woman who's non-black, who now has the say on where that money goes and where that wealth is spent. And who she donates to and all that kind of shit.
He better lighten up because Kobe was speaking Spanish with his family. And this nigga, Umar, was talking some other shit. That's the shit he forget, nigga.
And not only that, we assume that black people don't benefit from the donations of Vanessa. You know what I'm saying?
If she gonna look out.
And if she donating to I don't know this to be true. But I'm just saying, I bet you if we dig into it, I'm sure a lot of that money gets into the minority cultures. So let's say she donate money to UCLA and it's not a black college. Kobe didn't go to no fucking black college.
He didn't go to college at all.
That's true. but I'm just saying, like, if she get money to UCLA, let's say, and it's used for the minority school or students, you know what I'm saying? She did help the black community with that money. I don't know what the fuck her money going. I'm just saying, but I still feel Umar point because you don't see that generationally in the wealthiest families. They used to hide their mulatto children or disown them, or you wouldn't know about the mulatto children. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Are we mad at Kobe for not choosing a black woman to procreate with, given the circumstances? Because you got to think about his situation. I mean, he's been with her for a while. So I mean, through the years of him getting these deals and him becoming the person that he was before he passed, it was like she was there for all of that. So it wasn't like he just got with Vanessa once he became somebody who had the potential to be a billionaire. You know what I mean?
I don't know, bro. I don't know how I feel about it.
I just think I think that she will look out only based off the fact because to me, she don't seem like the person that just that wants to be seen like that. Like when Kobe was alive and when he was doing his thing, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, I didn't hear a lot about Vanessa at all. Like I didn't hear much about her until after he passed. You know what I'm saying? And I mean like in the way where her name being brought up and shit. I didn't hear about her like that. I just know that she was there for the games, the kids was there. She was just, playing her role, doing what she was supposed to do, and that was it. She didn't seem like somebody that just wanted to be out there in the public eye like that. Even after Kobe died, like she turned her shit to private. Most motherfuckers that want the sympathy and want the extra shit from people, they ain't gonna turn they fucking Instagrams and they shit to private and shit. You know what I mean? Like she was one of those people. I feel like if she gonna look out, she gonna do it, and I think she has already actually with some of the funds that was left behind anyway.
Let me ask you this, GMS. Do you think black men are disloyal to black women?
In this day and age, I think that it's a two-way street because we are in the era of division amongst black men and women. You have people that are creating whole identities, surrounded by dissing black men or dissing black women, or you know what I mean? Like there's a real divide. And I think that part of that comes from, it stems from the actual motivation to want to separate black men and women when it comes to, building a home and building a life, building a family and shit like that. There's no reason why somebody like a Cynthia G should have been as popular as she was. You know what I'm saying? Preaching the shit that she did. There's no way that, and I trust me, I don't know anything about the black men who have been on the internet preaching shit against black women. I haven't really seen it, but I mean, there's no reason for that to be around. If anything, we should be encouraging each other to want to be with each other and want to build something with each other despite the stories you hear from other people. It's always one-sided too. It's always a nigga did this, a nigga left, or whatever the case, or she did this, she did that. People rarely want to look at themselves in the flaws that they have and the mistakes that they make. They don't want to take accountability for shit. So those are the things that are skipped out most of the time because it's easier to put the blame on the other person than it is to either put it on both of y'all or yourself. So we gotten to the point where now it's just blame black men or blame black women. And now there's no common ground to the point where people are actually motivated to want to be with each other in that sense.
Well, I think if I be honest about what I see and what I've always seen, black men are color struck when it comes to women. I believe that shit. Yeah. I've seen that my whole life. You know what I'm saying?
It's conditioning. It's conditioning.
To answer it simply, yes, black men are color struck. I know it's true because I'm mixed, and I'm gonna address your question, T-Dub. I'm mixed, but I don't know if y'all noticed this, but mixed men and mixed women typically like darker skinned people.
Yeah.
I always was more attracted to darker skinned women than light-skinned women. I didn't feel like me and another light-skinned woman looked good next to each other. I always felt I looked better with a darker woman next to me. You get what I'm saying? So I always went for darker-skinned women and was attracted to them. But most men I know, and friends and family, they will pick the baddest one. It always tend to be the lightest one when we having our discussions.
Yeah.
It always tend to be the one who was lighter in skin, who was technically the finest, even if I didn't agree. You feel me? So one of the coldest chicks to me was the chick Tommy had on Belly. She was a bad chick to me, you know what I'm saying? But she wasn't light skinned either. So
wait, you talking about the first one or the second one?
On Belly. It's only one
Oh,
battle
you talking about?
or
Oh,
the
I'm sorry.
one
I'm
with
sorry.
gang.
I'm thinking power. Never mind. I'm like,
No.
hell
Yeah.
no. I know you ain't thinking about Holly's old retarded
Keisha.
ass. Keep talking about Keisha. Okay.
Yeah,
You talking
Keisha.
about Belly. All right.
She was so cold.
Yeah,
So
of course.
I'm just saying. So to be honest, yeah, man. And if niggas want to lie, come on, man. Y'all lying. Y'all lying. I hear more men talk about women's natural hair that even when they be acting like I don't like weave, a lot of niggas don't like weave. But
Yeah.
you still don't like black women who hair don't grow that well. You still don't like black women that wear natural hairstyles. You still act like, I mean, and obviously we all like pussy, so we fuck them anyway. But I'm just saying, I've heard more niggas say weird shit like, man, I don't like all that shit, man. I don't like all that type of shit. Like I've heard these arguments in the barbershops, and I be the one like, y'all niggas, what you gotta be a funny style nigga to think a bitch ugly or not colder because she dreaded her shit or she got the lower fade or something. Like she cold, she cold. That's how I look at it. But I had cats arguing with me with things like this. So women don't be lying when they say y'all niggas is funny style when it comes to that kind of shit. And it seemed like when you get an opportunity to be with a white or light skin or Puerto Rican or other, niggas act like they won the fucking lottery.
Yeah.
That's kind of true.
I wanna answer
Why,
Irene.
though? You know what I'm saying?
Irene
Go
had a
ahead.
question. She said,
'cause I don't want to leave this till we hit it.
She said, GMS, what's your excuse? No disrespect. Have you always liked light brown women? No. And the thing about it is, I've known my fiance since we were in high school, since 10th grade. You know what I'm saying? So wasn't no, my whole window was, I knew what I wanted. That was, that's what I wanted. But at the same time, we didn't get together till right after high school. So in between that time, I knew I'm the one that had the sense enough to know that I recognize that I'm in high school. I'm not trying to have a relationship. I was anti-relationship. I'm not trying to be one of you niggas out here.
Are you trying to say that you're the catch?
I'm Jonathan Owens. no, I'm just saying, like, you recognize things when you're young. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You go for everything. So I had black girls, Asian girls, Mexican girls, you know what I'm saying, white girls, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But that was just me in high school because I recognized that it wasn't in me to have a relationship. After high school was done and me and my fiance now are here together now, you know what I'm saying? We grew together. You know what I'm saying? That's different. We grew together because we knew each other. We were always into the same shit. It's different when you actually are with somebody you comfortable with and and you build something with. That's different. So no, it wasn't no excuse for me. It's just I wasn't the nigga that was looking for something in high school, and we just so happened to get together right after. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have the space after the, same with her. She didn't have the space to go and explore and go out and be with X, Y, and Z. We kind of just, it's kind of how the universe happened.
Well, why don't y'all take a break for like 6 months and go out there and fuck as many people as y'all can and then get back together and see if y'all really want to be with each other.
Yeah, she
I'm about to fuck y'all relationship up.
No. She wants it to be known that she's mixed. I'm like, the people know, real life know. It don't matter.
I mean, true, but but you know how it is. They call me not black enough, and if y'all see my daddy, god damn it, you wouldn't see my fucking daddy.
Exactly.
You can be looking dead at that nigga and not see my daddy.
I ain't gonna lie. The first time I see the picture of AP dad, I'm like, nigga, how the fuck ain't you at least Bruno Mars shade?
Bro, I'm darker. You know how I look in the summer be way different, man. My pops was jet black, and he wasn't no sucker either. He wasn't no black man trying to be in a white man world. That was a brother.
Now here's the reverse, AP.
To the very end.
You see my complexion, right? You gonna see me in real life. My complexion, right? My dad is the same complexion as you. Mm-hmm. My grandmother, my dad's mom, is the complexion of a white woman. Mississippi down south white woman.
Yeah.
You would never guess that looking at me. So it's the same, it goes the same way. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And then again, you look at my children, they don't look like they got a mixed father. Mm-hmm. They look like black kids. You know what I'm saying? Will Smith-ish looking. You know what I'm saying? How Will Smith skin tone and hair and all that shit, they look like that. But let me say this. I ended up with a Mexican woman.
Yeah.
After being with, I only fucked with black women up until this point. And I might have had sex with a couple white girls out of my whole life. But, and maybe a couple Hispanic women. But I only was in relationships with black women from the time I started having a girlfriend type shit until I met my wife. And even when I met my wife, I was dealing with multiple black women at the same time and her. Yeah. How we ended up together is because there were certain things I needed. My Mexican woman facilitated more of those things than any other woman I fucked with. Was she finer than everybody else? I've dealt with fine women. I thought she was fine too, but I've dealt with fine women, so that wasn't the deciding factor. Mm-hmm. I've dealt with women who had my back and did things for me. That wasn't just the deciding factor. But my wife wasn't gonna just accept not being with me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I was the catch. Looking at it.
I am Jonathan Owens.
Listen, let me go fucking with y'all. But real shit, she chose me, thank God. And she wasn't going. She was like, I'm with you, nigga. I'm with you. And she ain't lie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I tried to fuck it up a couple times. She like, I don't care. Nigga, I'm with you, right? And been holding me down, you know, and I love her back. So don't get it fucked up. It ain't a usury thing.
Yeah.
I honor her for the woman that she is. But I'm being honest on how I ended up with her, though.
Do you think men sometimes intentionally try to fuck things up because of their fear of having something happen to them?
I don't think so. That ain't my MO. My thing is, I don't want a relationship as much as other people do. So I was fucking shit up because I truly wanted to be single. And see,
how does that work? Like, how does that
with me?
Yeah, like how does that work when you truly want to be single? Because like when I bring that up, it's because of my personal experience of, you know, trying to be the nigga that's ahead of shit. Like you don't want the girl you with to, and it has nothing to do with how you feel about yourself or how you feel about her. It's just like when I was in high school, bro, I shit you not, I'm telling you, I did not give a damn about a relationship. I'm talking about juggling, and I feel like that's most niggas in high school. You just juggling a bunch of girls around, blah, 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 this shit. You didn't really give a fuck about that. But then you kind of carry that mentality over when you want to become, you know, get into a relationship and you think, oh, I got to be in front of this. Like, oh, I gotta be the one to do something because I'm not trying to be the nigga to have something done to me. You get what I'm saying?
Bro, I don't think like that. So I never was like, oh, before she get me, I'm gonna get her. Like that ain't my fucking thought process.
Not even in that way. I'm talking about you just somebody who, I'll put it this way, it's happened to you before. Not like in the way where you're just like, oh, I just need to get at somebody. It's happened to you before, so you don't want it to happen to you again. So you get in front of it like that.
No, that ain't me. Like I said, this go back to the beginning of the show. I don't give a fuck. Like these hoes, listen, I am a scumbag. All right. Let's just be honest. Let's be all the way honest. I'm a arrogant asshole. Okay. I never gave a fuck like that. Like chicks was not. I honestly wanted pussy more than I wanted women.
This isn't me now, Irene. Don't take this as me now. This is different. We engaged. This is different. I'm talking about younger me, but keep going.
And I'm talking about the younger me too.
Right, exactly. We're talking about the younger self.
I'm very happy with my wife. And my wife is mixed, but she was raised more Hispanic. So let's just call it what it is. I'm not trying to add no extras in it. But I'm telling y'all the truth of how I really felt in my life. I didn't look at women like, oh, I need a girlfriend. I need some pussy. Who gonna be around to give me some pussy? That's how I was picking relationships. Then I wanted a bunch of women because guess what? I don't like just one kind of pussy. So then I have a bunch of bitches around. So, and then guess what? The women who was more readily available to me and always wanted to be like with me and like showing a lot of interest in me too, got favor with me. Then I'm like, oh, I like her. She always available. She fuck with me too. This my baby right here, you know. So then all of a sudden you got a handful of real down ones and you actually build on that.
Oh, so you a polygamist.
You can say that, but I don't want to marry 3 bitches. See, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to marry 3 bitches either.
Oh, that requires marriage?
Technically.
Polygamy. Okay, all right.
You got to take care of them. I don't require that. If I was born in 2035 when they perfected AI pussy, I wouldn't even have to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? But because I was born when I was born, I was forced to care about feelings and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why when I was talking about Simone, I was trying to be honest with y'all. Some niggas don't give a fuck about a bitch and what she got going on. It ain't even registering because I truly need you to feel a purpose in my life.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But can you develop love behind that? Yes. It's no different if you hire a fucking maid. Nah, I don't even want to say maid. You hire a loyal employee and y'all end up working together for 20 years. And you like, I like this person. I'm around this person every day. And you grow in feelings. But the initial hookup wasn't about all that. Same thing with the friends you picked. You might have ended up on a basketball team with a nigga, never talked to him before. Y'all start talking, and 10 years later, that was your best friend.
Yeah.
You don't know what started y'all shit, but it got to where it got to. So with women, when it came to me, if I ended up in love with a woman, it didn't come from me seeking out love or a relationship. It came out me needing pussy and then falling for bitches. You know what I'm saying? And that's just keeping it all the way real, right? So my wife, for example, what's standing her out amongst many others is because even when it ain't about sex, I still like her around me. I still want her around me. Yeah. It done got way bigger than sex now. Yeah. When we start working together and having issues,
enjoying the same thing.
Yeah, and we attack shit. Like, imagine if me and GMS, we cool now. We've been talking for years now. We homies. But let's say me and him get into a street fight where it's me and him against 5 niggas, and we banging and we got each other back. Yeah. Don't you know that bond to be even closer then? Because now it's like, dog, we done battled together. Like that bond is strong. Same thing with the women you with. When you with women for years and then y'all go through battles, not against each other, but with each other against the world, you grow deeper and deeper connections with people. So there's multiple women that I can say I loved in my life. Yeah. And all of them was black other than my woman. But my woman, who I'm with, is the woman I'm with right now. And if I die today, she get the life insurance. Also, my children, it's split up. You know, I got it split up in percentages. But everybody get paid.
And you'll be good with that.
Huh?
And you'll be good with that. 100% be good with that.
That's how I work. That's who,
exactly.
First of all, that's who deserve my money.
Exactly.
When I think about ex-women I was with, they didn't help me. They did more to slow my bag down than the woman I'm with.
And see, what the knowledge that you have, a lot of the things that people may not know behind the scenes, a lot of that shit is, can be continued with the person that you with after you leave this earth. So the funds that you leave behind can be, used for the same things that you were using it for. You know what I'm saying? Just keep on continuing the process and also help, your seeds do the same exact thing. You know what I'm saying? She has the blueprint now.